G'day folks, welcome back to the channel for episode number 42 of our Aether Pets Ritualist, where last episode we came through into the outskirts of Malmouth and then went through the sewers and ended up here in the sewer hideout. Now, since I recorded that video, I've done a little bit of farming, and by a little bit I mean probably about 8 to 10 hours worth of farming, and I found some stuff. The only piece of which that I'm going to be using going forward is the mythical Aether Reach gloves. There will be a farming montage video. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to finish it up, but I have a lot of the clips ready of finding these gloves as well as most of this stuff. I also tried swapping to the Beast Callers set instead of these greens. And as you can see, I'm not still wearing it because honestly I hate it. It definitely does seem to be more powerful when it comes to killing a single thing, but the reduction in power in the skeletons basically means that we are worse at dealing with hordes, and most of what the campaign is dealing with hordes. So I swapped back. I am going to keep the gear, and there is a kind of a summary of my thoughts on the Beast Caller swap in the farming montage. So you'll be able to see me killing a boss with it and kind of giving my thoughts there. But just for now, know that yes, it works. Yes, it's better at killing bosses, and no, I didn't enjoy it. So this is what I've been doing, and like I said, the only change I've made to the build is swapping the Aether Reach in instead of the Touch of the Everliving Grove. So lost a healing proc and gained elemental conversion to Aether. Basically what that means is our skeleton mages now do Aether damage instead of fire. So with that out of the way, oh, and the other thing as well, in the course of my farming I did join the Bismiel cult, and I did the first quest. So that more or less involved running all through the first section, get to the canned docks, killed the 3 monsters that dropped the blood of the Watchers, I think it is. Turn that quest in. That then gives you the power of Gelfang, which I have not done. And then I continued on up here, and I've been farming scorpions around the desert section up here, and also the Corvin Sands near Kalagadra's spawn point. I've got some okay Scorpius pummelers, but nothing too amazing. Right, with that said out of the way, etc., let's get on with Malmo. Now, I am going to do the majority of the quests here, even though I don't need XP, and I also don't need Black Legion standing, because realistically there's no reason not to. And I'm going to play through all of the Ashes of Malmo content, and I will kill Theoden at the end of presumably the next episode, but potentially this episode. We'll see how far we get. Right, let's go find that idiot and the 2 kids he's hanging out with, and see if he wants to die today. I believe his response is random. Slight question mark over that, but most of the time I end up killing him, so maybe I'll take different options in the dialogue and just see if I can get him to play nice. So here we go. You only get one option here. Nope, okay. So taking a different option. 2 of the 3 definitely end in death. But anyway, we'll send them back to the sewers to live out the rest of their days in luxury, and we'll continue on. Now, I always miss one of the wagons here. It's pretty much every single time, forever. I always end up having to come back to get a wagon, so that's probably going to happen here. But I also pretty much always walk past where the wagons are, and I see them on the map, except when I'm playing through I don't see them on the map, and then I keep walking. and completely miss them. So, hopefully, since I know that I'm going to see them on the map, I'll actually see them on the map this time, and we'll go get them. Failing that, I'll just do what I always do and go back for them. Now you can see a bit of a difference here in the ultimate Malmo compared to the normal one. Our skeletons are all still alive. After standing in all that rubbish, they're still alive and they're mostly full health. And that is due to resistances, more or less. I have turned off all of the loot except for MIs and blues and purples, because I'm finished rolling sets and I have piles of bits. So I don't really care too much about getting more bits. I'm not looking for any more MIs. The gear on this guy is basically done until I get to get around to swapping to the goals build. So we're pretty much done. So I don't care about MIs unless they are really good, and even then I probably wouldn't use them anyway, because the chances of getting a double rare, or triple rare I guess they call them, for this build is very low, and I don't share gear between my builds, so the chances of it being actually usable is very, very low. Alright, so that was one of the wagons that is now dead. We'll pick up our free dynamite here, and we'll be on our way. My big spiel about the first wagon and missing it, I missed it, so we're going to go back for it, but that'll be fine. We are killing these myrmidons. They do drop the hat we're wearing, and if we can get one that's an improvement over this one, I would like that. The 42% Ellie res though is going to be the only resistance that I actually care about. So it's going to be hard, basically. Yeah. It will be quite difficult to replace that helmet. But regardless, we'll keep killing them and see what happens. Right, so we're kind of doing a loop around the Candle District. There's a bunch of lore notes in here if you want to find them. I'm not going to bother, I don't need XP, and I've already read the stories. They are actually pretty interesting little stories. Not amazing, but they are pretty good. And I think they're mostly on dead bodies along the top of the wall here. This may be one of them now. It's not. But coming this way does tend to give you more of these mages to kill. And, well, I think we just replaced our helmet. Although the elemental resist on this one are not so good, but I'm just looking at that. Cage Souls is Blight Fiend, I believe. +2 to Blight Fiend instead of actually nothing. So of the Wild, I had thought that was going to be Briarthorn, but it's not. That will give us bleeding resist instead of, well, less elemental resist. So I'll have a look at that, see if I can play with the build. That said, it's got more Aether damage, a tiny bit more attack, or more all damage, 1% more attack speed, and different resistances. So really the major difference is going to be the extra +2 to Blight Fiend, and the minor difference in resistances. The 55% poison and acid resist, yeah, I don't need that at all. And I do need the elemental, because you can see lightning and cold are both only just over cap. I could maybe lose some Mankind's Vigils, and we do have an open augment on the chest. So if I could get a cold and lightning, which is almost certainly going to be the outcast, then I could potentially do it. But I'll have a look later. Do we even need +2? Yeah, that would cap us at 26 on the Blight Fiend. So it is something I do want to do. But whether I'll be able to do it is another question. I am absolutely not uncapping my elemental resistances to do it. So that's the last Blood Wagon. So now we just have the first one. Nope, apparently we got them all. So the one I thought I missed, apparently I didn't miss it at all, and I just didn't notice when I killed it. So let's go open the gate and let the Black Legion into the city, and then we'll go do the fight for the Steel Cap District. Alright, Bolag is coming to visit us. He's a little early, but that's fine. Drop the Infernal Knights jacket. I believe that's a fire set. Fire Demolitionist set. Yeah, Blackwater Cocktail Thermite Mine. Lovely stuff. Alright, let's pop the gates. And we'll go out and talk to Creed. Once we have talked to Creed, we go back into the sewers. And we get ready to assault the Steel Cap District. Alright. I am definitely going to hang on to that, but for how long I'm not sure.
I've spoken with
Alright, and let's just have a look at what we can sell here. I think we can just sell everything, honestly. What was that amulet? Locust Gem. Yeah. No good. This would be pretty good for another build I'm thinking of playing, but I don't share gear, so unfortunately not. Right, let's bank this rubbish and go capture the Steel District, the Steel Cap District. So this is more or less going to be a wave fight, I guess you'd call it. I don't really know what the correct term for it is, but we'll be fighting multiple waves just here. Maybe like a gauntlet or something like that. The MMO term would be a ring event, but that might be an old term. Cue the Star Wars meme of it's an older term, sir, but it checks out. God, I'm showing my age there. Alright, let's turn the loot off so we can see what's going on. We should get one, maybe two more waves of this. Let's summon the kitty. Can go and stab things. One thing I do definitely enjoy about this this build, and pet builds in general, is you just kind of stand over here and let them kill everything. Again, do note the difference between when we did this in normal and when we do it now. We didn't even lose a skeleton there, and in normal I believe I had to summon multiple groups. So we are definitely tougher now, and people who say that the skeletons are too squishy, they're probably basing that entirely on normal difficulty. Because when you get here on normal difficulty, the skeletons are squishy. But we have Mender's Powder now on both our rings, I think. On a Silvaria's Essence on one of the rings, and Mender's Powder on the other two. Our pet resistances are pretty good. Aether's capped, Chaos is capped, Vitality's rubbish, but the skeletons get additional Vitality from here, so the skellies are pretty much capped on Vitality as well. I believe they are going to be, yeah, they'll be a couple of percent, maybe 5%, so they'll be 75%, something like that. Bleed and Pierce are not capped, Poison is not capped, but Elemental is all capped. And a lot of this junk on the floor is Elemental and Aether, so for the resistances that matter, it's all capped resistances. We're taking almost no damage. Right. So moving through the Steelcap district, we are after two things. Well, I guess one of them is multiple things, but we're after the weapon and the arcane supplies. And we're not going downstairs, we're staying up here. And we're after the people who are lost in buildings, which I guess again is multiple things. And I'm not playing on season here, so I can get used to clicking on chests and things again, and not worrying about being destroyed by ridiculously overtuned ghost monsters. Although having said that, I've only lost one character to them, and that was a Kabbalist that a Necromancer that I started on Ultimate at level 1, and I don't think that really counts, because everything's overtuned if you're a level 1 on Ultimate. We don't need to kill these, let's maybe speed this up a bit. We are coming up on the first of the... I think it's the weapon or the arcane. Well, it's definitely the weapon or the arcane. I think it's the weapon supplies first. That said, it doesn't really matter, we're going to get both of them. Alright, so they should be just around the corner here. And right here, so it is the arcane supplies first. There you go. Which was not the weapon supplies. We are pretty much done in this section of the city though, so we will move through this, I assume it's a cathedral? I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's a cathedral. We're going to move through here, kill everything off, and leave all that rubbish on the floor. Good thing about being a summoner as well is you can get through packs fairly easily. Until you start casting spells, nothing really notices you because they're all busy trying to kill your pets which are attacking them. Downside, of course, is as soon as you start casting things, they ignore your pets and come after you. Alright, let's send Vivian back to the hideout, and then there's no point trying to send him back because he won't go. Okay, I say this every time, and every time it doesn't happen, but if you come up through this little section, which we're about to go up, if you come up here and you get the extra spawns from the weapon supplies, or just, you know, whatever's normally there if there's no actual extra. It feels like there's extras, but they might just always be there. If you get that and you get the Flesh Weaver here, be prepared for a very difficult, very dangerous fight. Having said that, I have not actually, until now, had Flesh Weaver Heraxis be here at the same time as I was coming through. So this is a first for me. He's not normally here. Although it appears that it didn't really matter anyway. I'm just going to get out of all that lightning. Again, not a single skeleton lost, and I would have expected, actually even now, I still expected to lose one there, just from so much Aether rubbish on the floor. That's our weapon supplies done. So just up ahead here is another possible spawn point for the Flesh Weaver, included in which is a guaranteed dynamite. So I'm going to go get that when I can eventually walk at a normal speed. So there's our dynamite, and then just over here is the detonation site that the last person we found told us about. There's our blue item, and as usual it's rubbish. Well, I guess I shouldn't say as usual, but in this case it's rubbish. We don't really need to fight these, however we will be back for the Black Iron Docks, I guess. So it doesn't hurt to wipe them out. We're heading up this way. Somehow our skeletons can get down to the bottom floor. Nobody else can. Alright, so we got a lot of these Ascended Spellbreakers and Myrmidons here. If you're still looking for a good helmet, this is probably a good place to do it. Although at this stage you probably should be farming for purples, not for greens. Listen to those bows go, or crossbows I guess. It's ironic that before I got the Aether Reach gloves, I wanted to get a crossbow squad like this on the go, because it was all of their damage, well most of their damage, was converted to Aether, whereas the mages were still doing fire. And now that I have elemental to Aether conversion, and the mages are actually better, I think I have like one, maybe two mages. Let's send these guys out. Continue up this way along the street. And we are going to get to the bridge across the river. I'm going to drop a portal here because we're coming back. And I'm actually going to kill everything around that portal. Though having said that, I don't think it really matters because our pets will kill everything in the area while we're still loading in, so probably it doesn't matter. One thing I will note, again, we still have 12 skeletons, and I haven't summoned one since the start of the episode. Okay, let's talk to Olgrim here, take his quest, and then we're going back to this portal. If you didn't drop a portal, it's fine, just walk along the bridge, it's not that far. We are going up here for the one-shot chest. There is an exalted chest stashed in the corner here, so we are going for that. It's just here, exalted stash, +1. Okay, we got the Maw of the Damned, which is a shield. Looks cool. It's not very good though, certainly not for this build. Then we duck through these houses and we need to head down here. So we're basically going to cross the road here, head into this building and rescue these people. Alright, we're done. Let's just duck back to the Steelcap District Rift, turn in a bunch of quests, and then we will go say hello to Theoden.
See anything you like?
So I'm just going to vendor these because they're not for this build, and most of what you get from dynamiting blues and purples is scrap, and I think 572 is probably enough scrap. So that's probably fine. I don't think I need any more scrap. With that said though, if you are crafting things, this will rapidly run out. If you're going to make, if you're using a crafted belt, probably every one of them is going to cost you 5 or 10 scrap. So it's good to keep an eye on.
Good work out there. Good on you. I believe correctly.
Okay, so we just got a bunch of other stuff. This is the quest to burn down the fleshworks, basically. Talk to Corinia. Black Iron Docks. Okay, let's go do the Black Iron Docks, why not? I did say we'd be back for it. What is my run speed? It's not fast enough, I need more. Run speed plus 25. Okay, so hang on a sec, was that pet run speed? That was. Yeah, I need another 11% run speed from somewhere. Okay, there is a star mob here, so we'll just kill him off and all his friends. Okay, so we are heading back here. It's a bit of a trek, but I think it's better to get rid of the quest, honestly. I probably shouldn't have picked the quest up, because it doesn't really give me any rewards that I actually care about. One thing I will do, though, is I am going to blow up this dynamite site. I have got 8 dynamite, that'll be more than enough. So we destroy the barricade, and then immediately turn around and go back the way we came. So back into the harbour, we'll hang a left here. Back through the most destroyed building you've ever seen. Most of this should already be dead. Just 2 almost dead wraiths. Alright, we're nearly there. I should have left the portal here. Anyway, that's fine. So, into the Black Iron Docks. We do actually have to kill everything in here. I don't think these will count since they're coming from outside. But, other than that, we do need to kill everything. Still haven't lost a skeleton. I suspect we will lose some here. This ring event, whatever you want to call it, gauntlet, wave, is a little bit spicy. Okay, is anyone coming downstairs? Nope. Right. Let's just turn the loot off, see what dropped out of that on the way out. I say like I'm not going to rift out of here as soon as I can. Okay, I believe it's 4 waves, it might be 5, but you'll know when it finishes because there'll be nothing left to kill. And we'll just keep staying out of poison, basically. Alright, there's wave 3? I think it's 3. So we just had Giant's Blood proc. Looking at our pets, they're all still full health, so potentially we are not going to lose any here either. Of all the places in this entire act where I would expect to lose them, it'd be here and fighting Theoden, and if we didn't lose any here, we're probably going to be fine. I did just sick my pets onto that arcane because I noticed him. If I hadn't noticed him, I would probably realize there was an arcane when I looked at my buff bar and there was nothing there. We did lose 1 skeleton. So for all of that, we lost 1 skeleton. Yep, skellies are squishy, don't you know? With that said, they probably are squishy in Deep Shattered Realm. Okay, so let's head back and turn this in, vendor anything, and I'm going to call the episode here. Pushing half an hour, it'll probably be 15 or 20 minutes to kill Theoden, so we'll put that into another episode. And we'll deal with the council later. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, so thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next one, and goodbye for now.